Welcome to Uniting the Cults. This is another episode of Why is Everybody Stupid? This one is about Dear Muslims, aside from not going to hell, why should I embrace Islam? Let me put it on the screen. And so I say, suppose I did embrace Islam. This is a clarifying question here. What would be my benefit and what would be the benefit to society? And I want to say again, aside from avoiding hell, what are the benefits of embracing Islam? Somebody says, if you're a woman, you get the privilege of covering yourself in a cloth bag on a daily basis. Basically, you'll save a lot of money on sunscreen and makeup. No benefits for men. They're being sarcastic, obviously. And more sarcasm to go along next. What about being able to marry multiple wives? Let's see. You gain instant superiority over every other group of subhumans that are not Muslims. By embracing Islam, you will always have the moral high ground, and I want to stress this always. So, more sarcasm. You can marry with children. So, and they're saying, I feel so gross even writing this. Ew. So, obviously, these people don't agree with these things. This person says, ask on r/Islam, but I'm banned. Genuinely, you get given strict boundaries, and that really works for some people. It made me lose my mind, but some of my family appear positively delighted to be Muslims, and I truly believe they love it. Not only are there guidelines for almost everything you can imagine, you are also granted the knowledge of the universe, except it's all wrong and it doesn't answer most of the shit that we have questions about, which science does answer. You know how it was made? You don't. What happens when you die? Bullshit. Doesn't answer a lot of questions. You know how to treat the unbeliever? You won't have time to get drunk because you're praying or observing Eid. And dunya is just a wonderful concept for not achieving much day to day, and feeling a part of the ummah is really nice for some people, as long as they don't think too hard about it and only consider caring about the ones being killed by Jews. Some people go to the army for strict boundaries, and it works for them. And then they leave the army and keep the discipline. As an example, consider, what is his name? Jocko Willink. Think about the virgins you're missing out on. Sarcasm, just clarifying for people. I should probably be saying that. I can't speak for Muslims myself, as I'm not a religious person. But from what I can tell, a lot of people join religions. Either they have found some comfort in the teachings or they like the community that they have. But you can find great communities from shared sports enjoyments or other interests. As for the teachings, not everyone interpretation are the same. So those bits some find comfort in can mean completely different things to another person. As for hell, I look at it like a lottery. There's an extremely small chance I might win it. And if I put off enjoying my life just on the off chance I might win that lottery, what kind of life is that? Why not just enjoy the life I have now? And if I win, great. If I don't, it's not that bad, as I've enjoyed what I've had. So this person is thinking like hell is possible. Well, hell is certainly not real, but becoming a Muslim will only hurt your chances of avoiding it. Yeah. You get the uber benefits of not having to dance, not listening to music, not kissing or holding hands, not having to eat pork, not being seen in public with a member of the opposite sex, no partying, no girl boyfriends, no having a laugh with your female mates, no drinking, no drugs. If you're female, there are even more benefits like no education, uh, and including enjoying the sun in your black sack without people staring. Why- Aren't they going to stare anyway? Different reason of staring though, and maybe I don't know, maybe that's better. Watch your husband with 70 versions in Jannah. What a joy! Don't know why we're not all Muslims. This one is a lot more clear that it's sarcasm compared to the other ones. Yeah, that's enough. You get the least enticing heaven possible. Least enticing. So all the other religions have better heavens? You can have 4 wives and as many concubines as you want, brother, and war booty for the righteous. Obviously, he's being sarcastic. More sarcasm, 70 virgins. And I say here, I never understood why people want 70 virgins. I'd rather have one grown slut than 70 virgins. Routines would be the biggest benefit for me. I might have undiagnosed ADHD or similar that makes keeping up with daily routines hard. With Islam, I would have a strict schedule done for me with the extra benefit of being constantly supervised by Allah so that I make sure to follow it. I've never been Muslim though, so I've never had a chance to try this out, and I'm not planning on becoming one. Hmm. Well, I was going to mention the army, but there's no Allah there. A permanently erect penis and being able to sweat out your excrement rather than going for a number 1 or 2 and it smells of wet musk. I don't know what that's about. I don't want to look at that more. You can beat women without feeling guilt. Even do all the atrocities a human can without batting an eye. None of these are benefits. I hope you're doing well. You may have the ideas of religion slightly wrong. Religion is a way of life, a belief system. Shouldn't this be beneficial? What do I have wrong? And they didn't reply. Let me reply again. Gives you discipline. What did I say? Huh. They said, how long did you actually spend researching what you're about to oppose and where did you get your information from? So I say, do we need to research Islam in order to know that we face the death penalty for apostasy and blasphemy? I got from my information from the news and reports from people in this sub. Also, every website that talks about apostasy and blasphemy laws. Regarding all those benefits you mentioned, can you tell me which ones can only come with Islam and why you believe that they only come from Islam? They didn't reply. How can food be prepared using the dirty hand, but you can't eat using the dirty hand? Um, they put a bunch of effort putting this. Maybe I should read it. Houris, that's the 70 some virgins. All right, well, we already talked about that. This is details. Number 1, 70 wives in heaven. 2, not being ever criticized again. Ooh, really? I don't know what that means. 3, having 5 breaks per day from work. Ooh, some people are getting that. Okay. 4, marrying only virgins and having 4 wives and even more on the side. If you are a girl, dad and husband will give you money and you won't, and you don't have to work. Unless you get divorced and dad dies, you know. If you're a girl, you can dress in pretty abayas. Abayas, too. You can say the most ridiculous insults to anyone and even hurt them and get away with it, too. If you're a horrible person, you can find your place here. Marry kids, rape women, treat everyone besides other guy Muslims like human beings. I want to clarify a few of these. Maybe I do all of them. Marrying only virgins and 4 wives. Should I talk about number 3? Couldn't you just say you're Muslim and get the same benefits? 5. That only works, but you could get unlucky and get divorced and your dad dies. 6. Well, first of all, I'm pretty sure this means like black tent kind of thing. Let's see. Doesn't have to be black. Okay. Couldn't you do that even if you're not a Muslim? You could. 7, you can say the most ridiculous insults to anyone and even hurt them and get away with it too. Why is that a benefit? Eight, if you're a horrible person, you can find your place here, marry kids, rape women, treat everyone besides the except that the more extreme Muslims will see you as not Muslim and try to kill you for not being Muslim. Why not? That sucks. I don't want to deal with that. How am I going to fix this? Comment. Server error. Trying again later. You get to be a real man instead of a dayuth. I don't know what a dayuth is. A man who is permissive or apathetic regarding his spouse. Huh. So the non-crazies. If you're a woman, you off the production line in the West that starts with feminism and inevitably ends on OnlyFans. I replied to him, is it your belief that those things are unique to Muslims? And if so, why do you believe that? They said, I don't know. Hadn't heard the term dayuth being used in other religions. Somebody says, which only means that it's some restarted shit only present on your twisted mind and culture. Can never fathom how such a normal thing is a kink to you. The person wasn't replying to me. Do you even care about embracing Islam if you're an ex-Muslim subreddit? Or are you just bored and want to hear people talk badly about the religion so it can fill that void in your heart? I'm Muslim, but I really hope you heal. And by that, I don't mean come back to Islam. I really just hope you heal and grow out of this hatred you have towards something no longer a part of your life. I'm trying to educate people. This post might help with that. They said, you post on this subreddit constantly. You don't want to be Muslim. You just have a hard time letting go. I'm going to suggest therapy for you, and I truly do hope the best outcome for you. So I said, I'm trying to educate people. I'm helping people before and after leaving Islam. See my pinned post in this sub. This post is designed to help Muslims and ex-Muslims think about Islam independently of hell. My hope is that this exercise helps people think while their fear reaction does not trigger as it normally does. Think of it as a therapy tool. Somebody replied to them, well, to me, saying I have a stalker. In general. How rude. Never suggest therapy to anyone. That's like saying you seem mentally ill, maybe be nicer to others. I think they were talking to them, yeah. I'm being realistic. He needs help on Reddit. Maybe you're the one who needs it with that mindset. I'm going to say this to him again. Why do you believe I need help? I said this to you, but you ignored me. Why are you ignoring this? And I'm going to go back to this comment and see if I can send it. Worked. All right, let's go to the other one. This is from a year ago. Brother, you don't want 72 versions? The other version thing again. You get to oppress women and treat them like dirt and slaves without repercussions. Don't you? Yeah. If you're a woman, then nothing. No benefits. The West treats women a lot better. If you're a man, you get 4 wives at the same time. I don't know why anyone would consider that a benefit. You also get to control whether they can go out alone or not. You can also have sex with them as much times as you want, since they can't refuse if they miss. This means marital rape, by the way, and she's right. Islam does not have any room for the man has to get consent from the woman. If they misbehave, you get to beat them at 434 in the Quran. And when I say beat them, I really mean beat them. They can serve you hand and foot while you're on your ass in Ramadan. You can marry children since it's okay, as long as she's had her first period, of course. If you're into that. If you're in the West, regardless of gender, you get to cry Islamophobe if someone is not doing what you want in the UK, you get unofficial protection since the police is scared to do anything as to not get called Islamophobes. In prisons, you get protection from fellow Muslims in prison since they have a brotherhood. There's probably more, but these are the ones I can get at the top of my head. Jannah, paradise, you know, the usual deen over dunya thing. Oh shit! I should have added heaven in there. Oops! And I even talked about it a year ago, but then I forgot to add it now. Oh yes, why I didn't say the heaven one is I get to say to people, well, I'm already going to heaven, so I don't have to worry about that. You feel connected to other devoted Muslims. This is weird. If you want an unironic answer, so basically everyone, the standard reply here is to give me bullshit answers. They said, I'd say you feel connected to other devoted Muslims. You make your parents proud. You feel slightly better than the rest because all the Muslims around you will tell you how non-Muslims are disgusting. You'll feel hopeful that there's something after death. Missing out on heaven. Yeah. So basically, if you have morals, well, this one's wrong, by the way. I want to be clear. I'm going to heaven anyway. If there's a heaven, I'm going there. Whether I'm Muslim or not, or whatever fucking religion is whatever. And whatever God, too. Go God or no God. So basically, if you have morals and you're a good person and you don't need God in your life, then you don't need to embrace any religion. Well, that's what Muslims say their religion can do to a person. Oh, even if you said yes to that, they will assume that you're lost and you need Allah guidance and other bullshit. Something to do. You mean like make friends at the masjid? Yippee! Because Allah had ordered so. He's the most exalted, the most glorious, is the one should be listened to in all cases. Somebody replies, why would I, some dude, listen to a God that chose a pedophile for a prophet, ordered another prophet to slaughter his own son to test his faith? That's Noah, I think. Allows me to beat... No, that's not Noah. It's a different one. Allows me to beat my wife, wants people who simply reject faith to burn in hell for eternity, promises me 72 sex aliens for absolutely no reason but to appeal to my inner teenage boy, and hates gay people. All these things push me to believe that this glorious God is an absolute piece of shit. The argument that says some things we'll never understand, but only Allah will know, that's not enough. These things we'll never understand are fucking terrible and useless. I'm sorry, but I'm too human to ignore this and criticize the hell out of this religion. Please, if you like this video, please hit like. Please also subscribe to the channel. It helps the algorithms. It'll help me. It'll help this project. It'll help people. If this helped you, it's going to help other people. Thank you.